So give me one second. Okay, so the recording is going so we can have a recording for anybody that wants to see it. So, our agenda today is pretty straightforward. We're going to be going about 45 minutes. That does include answering your questions. So, if we have lots of questions, I will stay on until every question is answered. But we're going to do a brief introduction and then we're going to jump right in. We're going to talk about AI and ChatGPT essentials. What really do you need? What is it all about? And does it really live up to the hype? And then I'm going to share with you some ways that you can use ChatGPT specifically to shortcut some of those processes that may take us longer than we would like. Specifically, how to craft personalized and engaging emails, or as the screen says, email marketing magic. How do you target your social media ads, your social media posts, your also your emails with AI? How do you target it and answer the questions or engage with people and they feel like you're reading their mind of your target audience? And then I'm going to share with you a couple of unknown things. If you've been reading my emails for at least today, I shared with you a video about AI PRM and how it gives you prompts that can help elevate your social media game. And then we'll talk about ChatGPT in everyday life. And is there a place for it? Can you actually use it? Before, during, as I call it, the pre webinar show, I was talking about how I use ChatGPT to give me new recipes, right? That I probably wouldn't even think of just to help change things up for my family. And then I will answer whatever questions you all have. So let me know in the chat, right? I heard from Judy, she's been using Chat GPT. Let me know if you're a beginner with Chat GPT or you've been using it since you've come out. Let me know that, and let me know if you're excited to learn kind of a couple of the secret hacks that I have for you. Now, I see some people saying in the chat that John is saying he never used it. Judy said never used it. Adrienne is saying 100% beginner, so excited to learn. Well, I'm super excited to share why you should be using it, number one. Number two, how to access it if you haven't gotten a chance to sign up for it yet. And number three, some of my secret strategies to make it work for you. So if you've ever attended a live presentation that I've conducted or a webinar, then you know I do love a good quote and a good quiz. We're going to skip the quiz today, but I had to share a quote with you, and the quote came from ChatGPT itself. I didn't change it at all. But the quote says, AI is the secret weapon that empowers businesses to unlock the realm of limitless possibilities. So dare to dream big, harness its power, and watch your business thrive beyond your wildest imagination. So let me just say, we have gotten probably 14 new clients in the last couple of months just by using the content that ChatGPT has created for us. 14. That's without doing anything else, and it's reduced our time for lead generation because we have actually been able to create content. And yes, Judy, that was awesome. Like, I'm super excited, right? Because we've been able to create content much faster than we ever have before. So now we're in places like Medium, creating blog posts. We're in places we share more YouTube videos because now we don't have to take the time to script everything, find the content, massage it. We don't have to do all of that because ChatGPT assists us in creating content in minutes instead of hours or days. So for those of you that don't know me, I think all of you do, right? But for those of you that don't know me or I haven't spoken to in quite some time directly, just to let you know, I'm a digital marketing consultant, right? I've owned a marketing agency for 12 years. Before that, I worked in pharmaceutical sales and I worked for FedEx as a sales professional. Um, and recently, Adrian, thank you so much. I just got engaged in March, so I'm busy planning a whole wedding, a destination wedding, right, for 50 people. Woo! I'm a new bonus mom to a 13-year-old. I love chocolate, and I have become obsessed with AI and how it can increase productivity. So that's a little bit about me. If you want to share some things that have been going on with you in the chat, I would be happy to read it. But let's move on and really talk about how does ChatGPT help us and really look at the lens of AI through ChatGPT specifically. Now, ChatGPT launched last November of 2022, right? It came out. An interesting stat was that they reached 100 million users in 5 days. 100 million users. It's a record, new record, right? And it's been growing by leaps and bounds ever since. And now, one of the things that you can do is you can use ChatGPT in its framework because it has open source coding to build new and apps, right? So there are hundreds of new apps coming out every single week that's built on the framework of ChatGPT. Now, what ChatGPT is, in a nutshell, is that really it's a language model. It's advanced. That was developed by a company called OpenAI. They also have some creative, like some image-based software called DALL-E, DALLE, .com as well. And it utilizes artificial intelligence to engage in dynamic conversations and provide personalized recommendations. So no more coding, right? You can write in plain English and it will respond in English answering your questions. So you don't have to be a coder anymore or understand code to fully utilize AI, which is a game changer at this point in time. So let's talk about, though, what we need to know to make sure that we're using not only tools like ChatGPT, but AI in general to its fullest extent so that we can use it both in marketing and daily life. And it's not just marketing, right? It's creating products, it's writing books, it is learning more about our target audience, it's growing businesses. So it's tons of practical application for this type of technology. But before we get into how do we use it, I do want to take a moment and talk about how it can benefit us as small business owners and entrepreneurs, right? And this goes beyond ChatGPT because like I said just a few minutes ago, there are hundreds of AI tools coming out every single week. But I'm going to give you a tool that will help you keep up to date about all of the AI tools that are coming out so that you don't have to worry that you're missing a boat or not staying up to date with technology as it's moving now at the speed of light. So, first thing is AI enables automation of repetitive tasks, right? So now we are freeing up our human resource capital, our labor, our time to focus on high value activities that include creativity and critical thinking. So I often like to use ChatGPT, Write some other tools for writing articles and blog posts, but I don't just take it and copy and paste it, right? I don't do that. I use it as a basis and I start to edit it so I can put it in my tone. But what I'm going to show you tonight, though, is how you can use tools like ChatGPT, Write Sonic, Jasper.ai to actually write it in your tone of voice from the beginning, which is amazing, right? And then you can just spruce it up and edit it as you see fit. But it really sounds like you from jump. It doesn't sound like a robot has written it. And so I'm going to share with you something novel that someone did, a writer that I follow named John Morrow, actually wrote a whole book, right? He used ChatGPT to write a whole book and he wanted people's feedback on it. It didn't seem like AI did it. It seemed like a human did it. And it seemed specifically like John Morrow did it. So would it be nice that if you needed to write blogs or articles for search engine optimization or for your blog or your website or your business, that you can use some of these AI tools and make that content sound like you? Would that
Mhm.
save you all some time?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, right? For sure. So in that case, we're going Judy says, "Heck yeah." I think that was Adrian that said yes. So we're
Yes.
gonna talk about how you can do that. Now, one of the other things that I used to spend time responding to every email, every text message, every, Facebook post, um, comment, and now you can use chatbots to respond and answer customer service questions and frequently asked questions that seem like it's a person, but it's actually AI. So I love that. So you can answer questions from your clients or your customers 24/7 without having to sacrifice sleep or sacrifice time off on your vacation to make sure that people are getting the information that they need. Next, you can really use AI to improve operational efficiency and reduce costs because you can ask it those questions, right? So you can ask questions of, here was my ordering process, right? At the beginning of January through the first quarter. Give me 10 recommendations on how I can increase efficiency and reduce costs, and it will do that for you. And then finally, you can also ask these AI chatbots and tools to give you new business models, what's happening and what's trending in various industries. So I will give you an example. In my off time, I like to trade in the stock market. Anybody who is actually, traded in the stock market knows that it comes with a significant amount of risk. But just about a month ago, I actually created a algorithm, right, in ChatGPT for my 10 favorite stocks to tell me how when I should buy options and when I should sell them. It's an algorithm. Now, it's not 100% correct, but it's about 75 to 80% correct. So imagine if it can do that. Yes, Judy. Because I've been working with it now for several months. If it can do that, what else can it do? There's a lot of practical applications that it can do, and I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg for right
Mm.
now. So, let's talk about how does ChatGPT work? This is me adding some humor into what can be a little bit of a scary and daunting process of learning something new. And I want to make you smile. So I actually have an analogy. So working with ChatGPT is kind of like training a dog, but instead of sit and stay, we're really teaching it to write and respond. So sorry about the typo. That should be respond. So let's talk about all of the ways that we can use it for marketing. And then I'm going to share with you how we can use it, right? And give you some practical applications. And then we're going to go into ChatGPT because I want to show you this information in real time. So if you haven't thought about it, and for some of us who haven't really worked with ChatGPT, the screen gives you not a complete list, but a list of some of the ways that you can use AI for marketing, specifically ChatGPT, because ChatGPT can use and do all of these things. So you can create ad copy for your social media campaigns. You can analyze data from your email open rates to your email subject lines to your website analytical data that you may be using, right, from Google or another tool. You can conduct keyword research, which is one of my favorite things to do, especially for search engine optimization. Analyze buyer behavior, write blog posts, develop email newsletters, and it goes on and on and on.
Mhm.
Okay. When I watched a webinar probably in January of someone create a book, a 175-page book, right? In about 30 minutes with ChatGPT, I thought to myself, the game has forever changed. And that's where we are. So you're really still at the beginning of being able to use AI to grow your market share and transform your business. So what are 3 tips for getting the most out of ChatGPT specifically, right? I want to hone in and give you some specific strategies on that you can use tonight, tomorrow, this weekend, whenever you have some other marketing tasks to do to see the power of ChatGPT. It really comes down to three things. Number 1, you've got to know how to write great prompts. When we first started using ChatGPT and Jasper AI, which is another writing AI tool, we realized quickly it was great. No, I won't even say it was great. It was good, but we had to really revise and edit a lot of the results that we would get. And so while it gave us a decent starting point, it wasn't amazing out of the box until we learned how to write great prompts. Most people write decent prompts. It's kind of like giving instructions to an intern, right? If you're not used to or you haven't had an opportunity to manage a team effectively, think about it like that. Managing a team is a lot about giving clear instructions, right? To make sure that you get the tasks that you want done in the way you need them done. Same thing with ChatGPT and the other AI tools. You're giving ChatGPT a specific set of instructions. And the better you write those instructions, the better the results are going to be. Now, while you learn how to write great prompts, there's something called AIPRM extensions. And those extensions have thousands of prompts in them, and tons of prompts are being added every day. And right now it's free. All you have to do is use ChatGPT with Google Chrome and add the AIPRM extension inside of the Chrome extension store. But I have a video that I'm going to give you as my thank you for showing up tonight, along with a couple of other secret hacks. And then finally, you've got to be able to access and use the latest version of ChatGPT when it comes out. Now, uh, about 6 weeks ago, I thought that you had to be a paid member of ChatGPT, which is $20 a month, to unlock the latest versions, but you don't. How many of you want to know how to use the latest versions for free whenever they come out? Heck yeah, you do, right? Like I wish I would have known this. I would have saved my $20. For sure. So let's get into it. Let me share with you, juices yes to the free, some examples of great prompts. And this is just one prompt. This is not, oh, that's okay, John. No worries. This is literally just an example of how we go from a good prompt to a great prompt. So I'm going to read the prompt out loud to you. It says, I would like for you to act as my research assistant for educational toys, because that is the niche or the industry that we're working in. Please provide a table of popular toys with the desired outcome, pain points, an example of what would make stay-at-home moms feel like a superhero, and an example of what would make them feel like a miserable failure, all of which should be related to the specific toy. Inside the table, use informal, colloquial, and vivid language. Also, give me the table and nothing else. At the end, think about the insights the table provides into the mind of stay at home moms and give 3 insights in bullet point form in clear, logical language. Do you think ChatGPT can give you some useful information if you had a prompt like this? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Do you think this is too much, or do you think that this would be worth either writing or copying and pasting inside of ChatGPT? So Judy says yes, exclamation point. Adrian says yes. Fran says yes. And Judy said, I would certainly try it. So those are the types of prompts that I want you to start thinking about and using it. It's taking the results that you normally would get in ChatGPT to the next level. Now, let me share you with you a few other examples of prompts before we go to ChatGPT. So, here are some prompts that I've actually used. These are not, prompts that I had just made up. These are prompts I've actually used. So the first prompt is write a 30-day social media marketing, Facebook and Instagram content plan, because sometimes the creative juices just aren't flowing, right? Depending on what's going on in our lives or what other things we have to do, sometimes it's just hard for us to come up with things that are going to be amazing for social media. Social media's gotten really competitive. We're fighting for attention. So it's hard to keep coming up with new and innovative strategies and posts, right? Fran says, will you share these prompts? Yes, Fran. I'm going to share a list of 50 of my favorite prompts with you after we get done tonight as a thank you. So, as you can see, and let me break down the types of prompts really quickly that these are kind of getting at, because they want you to be able to create the prompts as you need them as well. So, in this case, if you're trying to create social media marketing content for a platform, in this case, specifically Facebook and Instagram, you want to really talk about not only your business, but what's your brand personality or what's your brand tone. So you can see for this client, it's really they're spiritual. She's the owner, it's very spiritual. So we want to write our social media posts with a spiritual tone underlying the content, right? Um, we also want some analogies and stories about learning family recipes from her grandmother in South Carolina and how she's dealing with the loss of her mother, who inspired her to start her bakery. So we're being very specific because we don't want generic content. We want content that speaks to our business, that speaks to us as the owners of our business, and we want content that's relatable, right, and authentic.
Mhm.
And then we actually concluded with, also put into this plan a minimum of 5 suggestions for an Instagram account name and profile or page description, because we want to see if ChatGPT has just any additional, right, suggestions. Now, I'm not going to go through all this, but I do want to go through the next one, the next two actually. So the next one is create 3 perfect target customer personas for a new escape room located in downtown Indianapolis. share their spending habits, right? Because we want to know what do we need to talk about to them online to get them to spend money. And that is one thing that I've seen with lots of people is that we create lots of content online for Google My Business, LinkedIn, Facebook, but we really have a hard time getting people from brand awareness to actually becoming customers. So now we're using Chat GPT to build that bridge because we want to know what their spending habits are. And we also want to know what their favorite TV shows and movies are because maybe we need to be creating activities and puzzles based upon their favorite TV shows or movies. And then we ask them again to make suggestions, and I say them, but it's really ChatGPT on 4 taglines that will attract them to our new escape room. And then the final example I'm going to cover before we get inside of ChatGPT is Instagram carousel posts are all the rage, right? We thought that reels were good, but you had to really appear on camera, come up with some really innovative ideas for reels to get them to go viral. So if you weren't camera ready, or if you were a little camera shy, right? Then you missed out on the real craze. And so carousel posts are the next big craze that is happening
Mhm.
on Instagram. So ChatGPT can help you write really cool, engaging Instagram carousel posts. So in this case, we want ChatGPT to create just one carousel post that will make their target audience, in this case, moms dealing with picky eaters and who are frustrated because they can't seem to find the right solutions, feel seen and hopeful. We also
Mhm.
want that carousel post to give them unique and fun ways to handle the stress and overwhelm. We're telling ChatGPT what kind of tone we want, which is relatable and understanding. And then we want ChatGPT to add a caption because we don't have time. If we don't have to, right? We don't want to take the time, I should say, to write the caption from scratch. And I always have a hard time finding the right emojis. So ChatGPT can add the correct emojis as well. That will make them click through to the website and see the products, which is food picks, as a viable option, right? So John asked, what are carousel posts? John, carousel posts are the posts that have like 4 or 5 slides inside of one post. So there are 4 literally
Mhm.
slides that are can be thought of as images that share information inside
Mhm.
of Instagram. And now I keep saying it's just Instagram, but it's not really Instagram because you could use it on Facebook and
Mhm.
now you can also use it on LinkedIn. They become the rage on
Mhm.
LinkedIn as well. Um, if we have time, I will definitely go in and try to
Mhm.
share that with you. Okay. So let's go into Chat GPT. I'm going to stop sharing for a second and bring up Chat GPT itself so that I can show you all a couple of things that I am using Chat GPT for. Does that sound like a plan? Like, would y'all
Yes.
like to see that? I always feel like sometimes we like to see it at work.
Mhm.
Okay. So now my Chat GPT is going to look a little bit different than what you all may be used to. And that is because I'm using the AIPRM prompt. So I'm going to scroll up to the top and show you exactly what that looks like because you can see that I have ChatGPT 4, right? Because I am a Plus member, which gives me the ability to browse with Microsoft Bing and test any beta plugins that they have or extensions. Now you can see that I can change it from ChatGPT 3 to 4. 4 is better to me than 3, but AIPRM is a Google Chrome extension that works really good with 3 as well. So let's change it back because I want you all to see that it works really, really good. So let's look at content creation since that's where we left off. And you see that you can segment AIPRM prompts until you learn to write your own, right? By topic. And you can see all the topics that it covers: copywriting, right? Operations, generative AI, marketing, productivity, software as a solution or SaaS, SEO, software applications, software engineering, and then if you're just unsure. So we're going to go into marketing and we're going to stick with social media. Now, you see that there are quite a few social media prompts that are here, right? And just in this for social media, there's 26 prompts, but there are a lot that are not classified, right? Because we have a search filter on. And so there are 12 prompts per page, but you can actually show all 20 if you want to, just to kind of understand what they have. So let's say that it's the beginning of a new month coming up in a couple of days. So let's just say that we want 30 social media posts and we want image suggestions with one click. How would we use AI PRM to do that? I also like to take a look at how many people have used these prompts because anybody can, include one of their prompts into AI PRM. Is open source and it has 700 and see how many people who have liked it or upvoted it and their comments. But sometimes you can just use it if you like. So if you click on the prompt box, you can see it brought it in to our ChatGPT prompt box below. And now it says that we have to use a business name, right, as a business type. So let's use shower steamers. I have a client that, they create shower steamers. So we'll say Inspire is the name of the company and who makes shower steamers. If you want me to use your business as well in here, let me know. We'll have, just a few minutes to actually kind of play around. So let's see what they do, what ChatGPT gives us. So you start to see that they're making a table. Yes, Adrian, right? I love AIPRM. They're making a table. And because we're in 3 and not 4, right? What it's doing is it's trying to bring up an image, but we can't see it. If we use 4, which is plus, then we would actually be able to see the image that they're pulling in. But because we're using 3.5 to be specific, they're not able to show us the image. But you see, it's giving you ideas along with hashtags. And if you keep scrolling, once it stops, you don't have to just say, oh my God, what do I do? You can just click continue and it will keep going, right? So I'm going to stop generating because that gives you an idea. But what I also love to do, and I'm not going to use an AIPRM prompt, I'm just going to show you a new prompt. And I'm going to say, write, I know that Fran is on here. Fran actually Fran, you're a travel agent now, correct? You can let me know in the chat or
Yeah, yeah.
okay, perfect. So let's just assume, right? Because I want to make some of these examples specific to you all that you want to share quotes about travel every Monday. Quotes are still popular, especially on Instagram. You can use quotes for YouTube, right? Shorts. So let's see if ChatGPT can give us some good travel quotes. And we'll say, because it's the beginning of the month and there are only 4 Mondays in the month, we'll say, we'll say 8, right? Um, engaging, and inspirational, because you do want to have some descriptive words to tell ChatGPT what type of post or content that you want.
Mhm.
Um, Quotes about traveling. We'll say about solo travel, right? We'll be specific
Mhm.
and let's see what it gives us. Now, I didn't say tell us the right the authors of the quotes. That may be something that you would want to include in the prompts as well. But some of these are not half bad. Let me know, what do you all think? The first one says
Mhm.
traveling alone opens the door to self-discovery as you navigate the world and uncover the depths of your own strength and resilience. I like that one.
Mhm.
Um, so for sure you can always refine it and do different things. You could say, write another, right? Like 10 more um quotes about traveling abroad, right?
I need those, Toya.
Okay. For people, we'll say novice travelers, right? I don't know if I'm using the right terminology there, but there's some more quotes there, right? That are good. And of course, again, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask for it to tell us who, actually said these quotes. But one of the things, and I know we're running dangerously close to time, but I wanted to make sure that we, actually went through examples
Mhm.
that you can do in here is take these quotes, and I will probably create a YouTube video on this in the next couple of days. You can take these quotes and put them into Canva, and it can bulk
Right.
create based upon your brand colors, right? Your reels or your Instagram post, and then you're done. It literally, you saw how fast that was. And so it can bulk create that, which was a game changer because we manage, social media content for companies and entrepreneurs. Literally, what used to take us hours now takes us like 15 minutes, right? So it's amazing. So let's go back to AI PRM because I also want to talk about email. And so we're going to go back to Canva really quickly and look at some other prompts, right? So some of these prompts are really very interesting. I'm sorry, you all, I lost my place and so I want to get back. Very detailed, but when you talk about email marketing magic, if you can read, and hopefully it is not too small, you can actually read these prompts, right? So the second one says write a friendly yet professional email that has appropriate humor because sometimes we want some personality into our
Mhm.
emails, to a warm audience. So people that already know you, right? You can actually kind of be a little bit more friendly than professional, or you can actually write a balanced email. And you can see it says we're actually giving it a framework to pull from. So let's copy and paste this if it lets me paste it. Copy and paste. Yes, there we go. And I want you all to see exactly how it can do this very quickly, as a matter of fact, and what it can come up with. And I'm going to stop sharing for just a second, just so I can pull up ChatGPT again and show you all that even if you're using AI PRM prompts, you do not have to just stick with those prompts by any means. You don't have to do that. You can actually write your prompts in there and see what it gives you. Now you see that my prompt that I was using was very long. And so, well, not very long, but it was long enough that what most of you would write as beginners. But you see now this prompt, it gives you the subject line, it also gives you the introduction, and you see that it's really giving
Wow.
you a balanced approach. It's not too professional, but it's not too personable. And then you can copy and paste this into Microsoft Word or Google Docs and edit it as you see fit, right? So I always say try to edit it as you see fit. Now, if you all remember, I usually close my emails out with warmest regards. So I've started to train ChatGPT to write in my tone most of the time. And so that's why it's giving you warmest regards, because I wanted to really, without me having to edit it a lot, to kind of capture some of the phrases that I use regularly. So you can teach ChatGPT how to do that. So we've gone over a couple of things. We've gone over social media content, we've gone over email marketing, and I've shown you that AI PRM, which can do everything from social media to SEO. Let me give you one more really good one because I love this one, and I don't see it, but it's optimize your or outrank your competition. So let me change this really quickly and go into SEO. Outrank article. So you can go on Google page one, find the article, right? And that you want to outrank, put that URL in here, and it will give you the topics, the keywords, and a blog post that you can use on your website or on Medium that will outrank the competitor within a couple of weeks. Y'all, this was a game changer. I actually saw it happen and I was surprised. I could have fallen out my chair. So John asked the question, how do you get it to write in your tone? John, again, you want to use those descriptive words in the prompts, right? So in the prompt that we just did, you really want to put after write a or give me or develop or create, right? If we're talking about an email, friendly yet professional are words that I would use, but that's the place where you can put in if you want to be funny, if you want to be thorough, if you want to have a serious tone, all of those adjectives you can use in these prompts to change them and make them feel like they're coming from you and be very specific. So in the prompts that I'm going to give you, right, you can change all of them and you can change the tone and make them unique just by adding descriptive words or adjectives before you say what you want ChatGPT to create. So was this helpful, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get back into the slides and we're gonna wrap it up because I know that you all have tons of things to do if you're anything like me, but I want to make sure that you actually had some usable information, but I want to give you as well some of the tools that I absolutely love that I think would be beneficial. So here's some more prompts for targeting because you can actually create some targeting questions for ChatGPT to help them uncover more information that's relevant to your specific business and hopefully buyers. So we've covered even how to use ChatGPT for social media. But before I open it up for questions, you can use ChatGPT for personal to-do items as well. So things like give me instructions on how to prepare a healthy breakfast, right? Within a certain time frame. You can put in the question, you're hosting a dinner party. Tell me activities that I can do or icebreakers that I can employ to ensure a successful, enjoyable evening. I've used that one before. And I haven't used this one, but it's on my list of things to do. Design a weekly cleaning schedule that covers all essential household chores and provides a balanced approach to maintaining a tidy living space. So you can actually use ChatGPT and these AI tools to help you manage your personal life as well. I just put this in yesterday. This final example prompt and results give me 20-minute dinner ideas when I have barbecue ribs, and really I did. And you can see misspelling words does not impact the results because I misspelled broccoli because I was doing it quickly. Cucumbers and tomatoes in the fridge. I would have never thought about doing a barbecue rib wrap. Like it would have never dawned on me, right? Grilled rib and veggie skewers would have never dawned on me. And I'm actually making broccoli and rib stir fried today because I just want to see how it tastes. So you can really use Chat GPT for a number of different things. So before we wrap up, I just want to cover with you all a couple of things, and they're on the screen, right? AIPRM is in the Google Chrome extension store. So if you open up, right, Gmail, and in the upper right hand corner in the apps, you can go to the Chrome extension store, or you can just Google it. And all you have to put it is AIPRM and it will bring it up and you can download it. It's simply that easy. Poe.com, for those of you like Judy that are still on the waiting list for ChatGPT, allows you to use ChatGPT 3.5 for free, along with three other AI chat bots, right? That you probably have never heard of because we only hear mainly about ChatGPT and Google Bard. And so you can use other ones. And for one message a day or one prompt a day, you can use ChatGPT 4 without paying for it. Y'all, I pay $20 a month. You can use ChatGPT 4 if you're not using it a lot for free using poe.com. Just sign up. It's poe.com and you can use it for free. Also, you can integrate ChatGPT into Google Docs. So you can use it inside of Google Sheets and Google Docs. And you don't even have to use ChatGPT because it'll be sitting inside your document. And Microsoft Bing, who also has AI image creator and the ability for you to talk out your prompts, right? Which gives you a little bit more flexibility, could use, and it works pretty well. So a couple of other extensions and tools that you may have not known about to help you get the most out of Chat GPT. So before we conclude tonight, on the screen is a list of some of my favorite AI tools. ChatSonic is amazing. It integrates with Google and writes some really great content because, as you probably have heard, ChatGPT only uses data in the internet, at least 3.5 through 2021. So you are limited, maybe out of date. So you may have to check some things. Chat Sonic, though, is in real time. So it gives you the most up-to-date content with that's published on the internet. Odoo allows you to build a website in seconds. 8ify allows you to summarize YouTube videos in words, right? So you can read it instead of just watch it. Perplexity will cite sources. So if you're looking to verify any content that ChatGPT gives you, or Google Bard or any other AI tool, you can use that. Browse AI for people that are looking for reporters, right, to pitch. If you are looking for, we'll say, a certain person at companies because you have a tool or product to sell them. Browse AI is amazing. It allows you to scrape any website within 2 minutes, including LinkedIn. So catch that right after we're done. So if it can scrape any website, it can certainly scrape LinkedIn. We've used it for that as well. Longshot, another great writing assistant. AI is a good image enlarger. So one of the ones that also I love, and you have to write down if you don't write any of the other tools down, is there's an AI for that. It keeps up an AI inventory list of every AI tool that comes up that it usually catches. I think it's at now like 1,200. So it can be a little overwhelming, but don't let that stop you. It's amazing. It does great things, right? Really. So as we start to conclude, I want you all to put into chat your questions, but I did want to cover very briefly the ethical concerns of AI because there are some data privacy and security issues, right, that you need
Mhm.
to be aware about because or be aware of because ChatGPT specifically are they're collecting, data on what your prompts are about, right? What tones you use. So I just want you all to know that upfront. Also, a lot of these AI tools have a built-in bias into them based upon who is coding them. So you can perpetuate biases. So I just want to make sure that you know that. And then finally, just be transparent. If you use the AI in your emails and you didn't change it, or you've written articles with ChatGPT and you didn't change it at all, copy and paste it, just tell your audience that. I have read books that ChatGPT has created. I didn't stop reading it. They were good. As long as the content is good and useful, I don't think people care at this point, but you do want to be transparent and not take credit for something that you didn't even edit. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me know if you have any questions, but if not, thank you for coming out. We're a little 10 minutes over. I do apologize. I wanted to make sure though that you got some examples, but thank
Mhm.
you for spending time with me on a Tuesday after the holiday. Happy belated Memorial Day for anybody who has given sacrifice and service to the military. And if you're interested, right, we're going to be doing these types of skill sessions every single month on different tools, on what's going on with algorithms for social media. So people that are joining my membership, which is $7 a month right now to be a founding member, they get access to all live training. So you can come, hang out and ask questions live, or you can just get access to the recordings. But if you're interested, just drop me an email on that and I will send you the link. So John asks, are carousel posts like flip books? Judy, you're so welcome. John, let me do this. Let me stop sharing for a second. Let me show you what a carousel post looks like. I'm actually going to show it to you inside of Canva if you are interested in creating one, right? Or several. Because like I said, carousel posts are really popular right now. And Canva has a ton of carousel post templates that you can use. And so this is for anyone that is interested in creating carousel posts and, seeing the power of it. These are our templates here. So you can see
Mhm.
that they're just 8 slides. I'm going to scan over, right? These are carousel posts. It's almost
Mhm.
like a slide presentation, but
Mhm.
for social media. And so Canva has a ton of templates with images built in for different, right? Different types of templates that you can use. Some of them are animated, some of them actually have pictures built in, but these get you to the front of the For You page on Instagram. So if you haven't created an Instagram carousel post, right, there's no better time to do it. So for example, we did a travel one for Fran. Here's a template on, right, for a carousel post for how to make travel easier or how to make packing easier. So ChatGPT can write out the carousel post for you, and all you have to do is copy and paste it and build it in. Now, I don't know. I am doing a series of summer social media, or I shouldn't say social media, summer digital marketing workshops for Edgecombe Community College starting next Tuesday, June 6th. And we're going to be covering advanced Canva strategies. So if any of you are interested, please drop me an email, let me know, and I will send you the template because anybody, or not the template, but the sign up, anybody can join us. Those are free to use. But we're going to be talking about Canva because Canva has created some AI strategies and tools that are amazing. So if you can see while we're up here, try Magic Design Beta, right? Inspiring templates crafted with your media. So if you insert a picture, like let's just say I've uploaded some of these, right? It will start to create images. AI is just creating images for me. So do you see it's saying, hey, if you are talking about whatever, right? Learn how to maintain a startup, 7 ways to manage simple stress. You can literally, and this just, you don't need a premium account. Let me just say that. But I could choose this one and I could customize that template and change the title.
Mhm.
Kind of cool, right?
Mhm.
So AI is really changing our favorite tools as it starts to be integrated with several different things. So you definitely want to stay up on it and save yourself some time so you can spend your time with your loved ones or traveling or doing whatever your favorite thing to do is. So that's all I have for you. Do you all have any other questions?
Yes,
Does this
I
want
do,
you
but I
there?
think too many for tonight. I'll have to take this up. Um, yeah, I mean, I've been reading up quite a bit, and for me, it's messaging around optimal health, and I know there's just so many platforms. I don't want to take other people's time, but it's really like relationship interest, relevancy, um, and I think the important thing that I've just like I know if someone's a busy mom to be direct and grab attention and to the point with the post. So for me, it's and there's certain times a day is it best to post, right? And I have to get more comfortable with like I'll do different posts pretty much on Facebook, and a lot of my colleagues, they're doing the carousels, they're doing reels, they're doing Instagram, and I think I just need to sort of get with the program, and there's so many things, but who am I? And I don't want to sell. I want it to be that I have that magic, that they want. So, how do what I offer to the world and serve them? So I have like so many questions.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and here's the thing, Adrian, ChatGPT can help answer a lot, not all, right? For sure,
yeah.
because it's a language model, but it can definitely answer some of those questions. So, for example, you can have ChatGPT help you craft a Facebook profile, right? That speaks to a specific target audience. You can say, hey, give me 20 examples of posts that would speak to busy stay-at-home moms that are trying to get back in shape, or people that have recently been diagnosed with diabetes that are trying to eat healthier. You can give it those prompts
Parameters.
and it
Yeah.
would give you a lot of insight um, and start to help you answer those questions.
Yeah. I think like there's so many things that are available, right? I just
Yeah,
yeah, I
it can
want to
be overwhelming for sure, right?
yeah.
But
I
I
was
would
just going to
say
say, it can be so overwhelming.
yes, it can
Yeah.
be. So that's why I wanted, instead of doing, a class on AI, doing a class on specifically Chat GPT, because a lot of what you can find is in Chat GPT. So I am always suggesting that people master one AI tool at a time. We've been working with exclusively Chat GPT almost every day, every other day, like several times a week to master it before we started to going to other AI tools because it is overwhelming and it can be a lot. And if you jump from tool to tool, you don't ever master one to really kind of see what it can do, right?
Right.
So just take some of these prompts that I've given you and
Mhm.
start
They
using
were
it to
great.
help you create content. Start there, right? Because content
Mhm.
takes a lot of time. And if you can start to create content on a regular basis and get that done, then you can start to experiment with other things in your business like emails, like give me ideas for an ebook or a lead magnet. Then you can start to do other things once you've nailed down one specific element in your business or one specific
Mhm.
area of marketing.
Right.
Okay. Somebody says, does this mean we don't need you anymore? Like, so when ChatGPT, let me be very specific. When ChatGPT first came out, I thought I wouldn't need me anymore. I was like, uh-oh, I need to literally kind of pivot into another business. Thank God I have a second business, right, in STEM training. But at this point, I think it's still a little early because now what we're seeing is that people don't really want to learn any more tools, right? So because it can be overwhelming. So I think we're some years away from that as we start to see tools. But I think what is happening is you're gonna have to bring the creativity and still the strategy and prioritize it for people. So I don't think that we're close to getting rid of marketers, right? I don't think we're close yet. But for sure, what we're going to start to see is marketing agencies and marketing consultants are going to start to specialize in different areas and help people with strategy more than execution because you'll have these chatbots. I am very clear with my clients. Hey, I use ChatGPT for a lot of this now to shortcut the process. Do you want me to show you how to use it? And literally, no one has raised their hand yet and said, no, we're good with you doing it. We're like, if you can get it to us faster, that's great. But yeah, we're not
Yeah.
interested in learning it. So I commend you all for showing up here to learn or at least start the process of learning how to use this one AI tool in a better, more effective way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions
So,
or points for discussion?
we'll save them for you.
Hi, Chanel. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is, and friend, I will send you the prompts that, or not the prompts, but the results I have.
Yes,
You know,
because I'm going to create a carousel.
you can have those. But I'm going to send out tomorrow with kind of the recap and the replay of this. I'm going to send out a list of my top 50. Some of them will be long and detailed. Most of them just kind of give you an idea of the things that you can use ChatGPT for, right? We are constantly every week learning new ways that we can use ChatGPT. And I'm constantly every Friday, like, I didn't know I could use it for this, right? And so I'm going to send you 50 prompts just of different things that you can use it for. And just experiment. Like try one or two a week and get some things off your to-do list. And then let me know, right? What you think. But how was it? Did you all learn at least one new thing? Let me know that. Like,
Yes.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Yes.
awesome. So I'll be
And I've
sending out
used it before, and I've
you.
used it before, and I still learned a ton
Oh,
tonight.
good. That's what I want to hear. So John says he learned one new thing too. Awesome. So I will actually be in my email recap tomorrow. If y'all can just respond so I can use some of these with testimonials for the content I have coming out on AI, I would appreciate it. Judy says there's no such thing as a secure AI tool, right? Yes, Judy, there's no such thing. No such thing. Like, I don't want anybody to fool themselves. You are, opening yourself up to some privacy issues no matter what you do. So just make sure that you keep that in the back of your mind, right? I don't want people to be scared, but I do want us to know that it's not secure. Quotes.
Mm.
Okay.
Toya, can you also add in, or maybe that needs to be one-on-one, the class you're doing on
Oh,
Canva,
on
the
Canva,
demonstration?
yes, I will sign up for. I will send the link to Edgecombe's webinar for Canva. That's the first time I'm teaching this, but I'm super excited because Canva has added like about 20 new features that I don't think a lot of people know about. So I'm excited. So I will send that in the email for you. I'm gonna make a note of that as well. Judy says, so other companies can steal some of our intellectual property through this tool, right? Judy, so let me just kind of stop right there. I don't believe they can do that, right? Because you can't access it. Now, I will say ChatGPT potentially and the coders there, if they wanted to kind of log in to see that. But in all my research, I have not heard of anyone saying that that is an issue or concern or question. And I'm sitting on webinars probably every other week from people from OpenAI to do that. So you're saying when they do competitor research. So potentially, that is because if you're putting anything on the internet at this point, right? Then and it's proprietary, I'm gonna need, you to literally go get a patent. And we're still working our way through a lot of ethical concerns with, I think, trademarks and information like that. So we are still, if you have something that, like, for example, we had a client come to us, they were high school students and they created a software product for a science fair project, right? And they wanted to know what were their, legal options. I said, you really should look into getting a patent attorney and getting a patent or at least a trademark before you start promoting it, marketing it, and talking about it on the internet. Because right now, with the legal terminology and laws are still, I'm going to use a non-professional word, it's loosey-goosey, right? And so a lot of times people are not being held to account if they take, borrow, steal, copy someone's intellectual property. So I would start to do some research. If you have something that you're worried about, being taken, then for sure I probably would do my homework and research on how you can protect your intellectual property.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Any other
you.
questions? You're welcome. Well, if not, again, thank you for coming to hang out with me. I will
Yeah.
be sending the replay of this webinar tomorrow. If you're interested in coming and hanging out once a month, let me know. You're welcome, John. And I will be happy to send you the link to the Connection Collective as well, which is the monthly community. But have a great week. You're welcome,
Thank you.
Adrian. You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
friend. I appreciate the time. And if you have any questions that come up in your mind after this, feel free to send me an email.
Will do.
All right. Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Congratulations again on the engagement.
Thank you. Look, I should have worn my ring. I did not.
Well, I wish you as much happiness that I have.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye. You too.